Hi guys, it's K90 here again. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. I wish you the very best in 2024, guys. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking questions, where have you been, K90? But one thing I can say to you is I'm back and better, guys. And I'll be giving you more information as time goes to us. A number of things are happening in the background, but never mind. The first interview we're having in 2024 is with one of our top celebrities from Nigeria. This gentleman is an icon, he's a role model, he's a hip-hop R&B star in Nigeria. If you know, you know. Have you heard of Runaway, Call My Name, Imagine That, and the most popular hit song, Olofunmilola. I love that song when I was growing up, one of those best songs I've ever listened to growing up from Nigeria. He was part of a group called Styl-Plus. These guys were making wave in Nigeria. They were the king of R&B. Got so many awards from, Channel O from South Africa, if you remember that. We have so many awards, Kora awards that they got as well. But since then, they've gone on to release so many songs as a group. And we are privileged on K90 channel to be sitting with one of those celebrities. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome none other than Tunde Styl-Plus. Yeah. Guys, bros, welcome to K90 channel.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to K90 show, guy.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, bro. It's really good to see you.
Pleasure is mine.
Oh my God. The first question we should ask is, where have you been?
I've been here and there, mostly indoors. And sometimes at shows, events, I've taken a soft pedal on a lot of entertainment, because I transitioned into so many other things, but right now I'm trying to take entertainment back, because that's my passion. That's what I'm known for, aside other things I want to be.
Perfect. We're going to get into more detail of that. We don't want to jump the gun here. There's so much that will be happening. Guys, I'm so super excited about this interview. To track this gentleman down, you will go a long way to get him. But so we're so privileged to have him here today. So let's start. Who is Tunde Styl-Plus? Where did you, come from? Family background, parents?
Okay, I don't know where to start from, but my real name is Tunde Akinsomi.
Okay.
Yes, and the third out of 5 children from my parents. Yeah, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. Okay, I'm from Ondo State, Ile-Oluji to be precise. I'm a Nigerian, full Nigerian.
Perfect.
A proud one at that as well.
Of course, we know that.
I'm a musical artist. I'm a record producer, I'm a video editor, I'm a Scrum Master, I'm a programmer, I'm everything I want to be. So I cannot, depending on which part is your main interest, but this is me.
Wow. You are everything and everything. Yeah, but we love your music. So we're going to get into that music part. That is one thing that, shot you into stardom, global fame and all that. So let's take it, step by step. You've talked about yourself, where you emanated, you were born, or possibly, were you born in Ondo State as well?
No. My place of birth was Ibadan.
Ah, wow.
So, and I think I spent like nearly half of my life in Ibadan before I moved to Abuja. Yeah, so a whole lot of people thought I grew up in Abuja, but I actually grew up in Ibadan.
Wow, that's interesting. So, any education?
Yes, Staff School Ibadan.
Okay.
International School Ibadan. And Federal University of Technology, Akure.
Ah, Ondo State. Wow. That's interesting. That's good. And then in terms of family, you know, you married because still I'm some boy. there might be some ladies out there that are looking like this gentleman is so handsome. As usual, you know, go and check all his music videos. He's always been handsome and it's still there. He's going to tell us the secret of that. But before we get into that, are you married?
I'll take that as a compliment. Yes, I am. Yeah, and I have two boys as well.
Ah, that's good. Okay, that's good. Bless them. Bless them. Okay.
Amen.
Thank you so much. That's really cool. So now we know about you, your personal life. We're going to get into more of those, you know, the career bit now. So where did it all start from? You know, your music career. Where did it start from?
Okay. First of all, I know I'm going to write a book eventually about this.
Okay.
So this is like a preview to the book. I want to believe it started in primary 4, unknowingly to me. That very day, my parents didn't pick me from school on time, so I joined the school choir just to watch. I remember we had a Ghanaian music teacher then, Mr. Sapong, who was on the piano. And they were singing, the choir was singing, and I just put a little bit of my voice there, and the man stopped and said, "Who is that?"
Wow.
I thought I was in trouble, and he now said, "Are you part of this choir?" I said, "No, I'm just waiting for my parents." He now said, "You should be part of the choir, like, you have a very good voice and you should consider doing music." You know, I didn't pay any mind to it at that time. So fast forward to 1995, when I was just finishing my secondary school. My other brother came home one day and said he knew how to play the piano. And for me, it was like a slight rivalry between me and him.
Okay.
Anything he did, I wanted to do as well.
Okay.
So I asked him humbly that, "Can you teach me?" So he taught me a few chords, and it sparked the interest in piano. Fast forward, I got to UNAD. It was
University of Ado-Ekiti.
Yes, but it was Osua at that time.
Ah, okay, okay.
And I mixed up with fellowship folks, Believers Love Ball to be precise.
Ah, okay.
They didn't have a keyboardist, and they just bought one. And I was the only one inside that had any idea of what it was like to play it. So I actually learned and honed my skills, you know, playing for the fellowship at that time. And that was in preparation for when I now moved to Futa. I played for Rema campus fellowship. Okay. I also took the keyboard back to my hostel then. I kept on rehearsing, you know. I think it affected me a lot in my school too because I wasn't going for classes.
Oh my goodness! So you couldn't combine both.
Yeah, my time management wasn't my strength at that time. So in the morning I'll be playing it in the room. In the evening I'll be playing it in the room, and my roommates, they got fed up. Say, "Guy, you can't be disturbing us with your piano. Take it out." So I now resorted to taking it to the laundry.
Okay.
Yes.
Where it's quieter.
Yeah, in the hostel. Mm-hmm. And then Shifi, one of the members of the group.
Yeah.
We had inside talking then, and the first night, I think he normally wakes up to go ease himself or so. Passing through, he saw me playing, came around, watched me. The next night, said, "Do you know these songs, Boys to Men?" And I've been listening to some Boys to Men. So I did some playing, and we sang. We realized that we had the same kind of musical preferences. Hence, we kept on meeting every night to rehearse. Some other people joined us, like Larry of blessed memory. And we said, okay, let's start singing some a cappella. And we started. And we now thought of, okay, let us even give ourselves a name. The first name that came to mind was Quest.
Wow. Okay. Who suggested that?
I can't quite remember who did that, but we now realized that there was a group called Tribe called Quest. And we want to duplicate the names.
Okay.
Then we now Yemi joined us. So every now and then we rehearsed using those a cappella songs that were popular back then.
Okay.
And we now thought, okay, we're going to present something in church. We needed to have a name. And we now decided, okay, let us take the first letters of our names.
Okay.
You know, Shifi, Tunde, Yemi, Larry.
Wow.
So that's when we formed Style without the E.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that for a while. There was a long strike. And we all went home. By the time we came back, Larry didn't come back.
In Nigeria.
Yes.
So I appreciate you. I'm sorry to interrupt you here. You talked earlier that you went to FUTA.
Yes.
But now it's UNAD. Did you
No,
attend
Oswa.
Oswa. So
No,
did
it's
you
UNAD.
attend both uni or you just went to UNAD or Oswa for something?
I spent a year in UNAD.
Okay.
Then
So
Oswa, so-
then you crossed to.
Yeah, I didn't like the course, so
Okay.
I just moved.
But that's where you met your group.
I met my group in FUTA.
Okay. But how come you are now in UNAD? Oswa, sorry.
I started in Oswa,
Okay.
spent a year there,
Okay.
then did JAMB again,
Okay.
then went to FUTA.
Okay, brilliant. Now
So,
clear.
we
Because
now
a
met
lot of
every-
people might ask that question as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
we met each other in FUTA.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Yes. So after the we were called back to school, you know, the strike was over. Larry didn't come back. So we found his house and realized that he was involved in an accident,
Oh my God.
a swimming accident, and that devastated us for about a semester. We didn't do anything musical.
What year was this?
1999.
99. Oh
That was,
my
that
God.
was a while ago.
Oh my God. So he was part of a key part of your team.
Yeah, it was actually the alto.
Okay.
I used to sing tenor. Shifi used to sing the soprano.
Okay.
So when when Larry passed away, I had to take up the alto. So most times I sing the alto in the group. For all semester, we didn't have any activity, and eventually the next semester, we got ourselves together. and
So don't edit it. Sorry.
it's a timeline, don't worry, I have it in my head.
because you said you all came back to the uni and eventually he didn't come back, Lanre, and you phoned the house and you got to know that it's involved in an accident. So what then happened then?
We were devastated. I couldn't even cry.
Was that the time he passed on, or he just had an accident? He was sick.
No, he had passed on already.
Oh my God!
So we always wondered, how come Larry didn't? You know, then there wasn't any like mobile phones.
Yeah.
So it was either a landline. We went to the Senate building with our NITEL cards then to make the call. So it was Shivi that called the house while we stayed out, you know, and he heard the news. And he came back and said what happened, and
Oh my God! Bless him,
it was sad.
Oh my God!
He was a very amiable guy, very awesome tenor alto singer, you know. So we didn't do any music for the next semester. After that, we, you know, picked ourselves together again and started singing again as 3 people. However, sometimes, maybe in November '99, we had an event in Abuja where we had to come and perform. And since we were basically an a cappella group, we needed a 4th part because, you know, when you have soprano, tenor, and the alto, we needed someone to be able to sing the bass to make it complete.
Yeah.
And Zil, who had been an acquaintance of ours in school, coincidentally had a sporting event in Abuja as well. So we approached him, and we felt that he was a cool guy. Within ourselves, we were comfortable with him joining the group, and we brought him into the group and decided not to change the name of the group, you know, in respect to the lost member. So instead of changing it, we decided to call it Styl-Plus, which is Style Plus Zeal. So
that's very cool.
That's how Styl-Plus came up.
That's good. That's good. I mean, oh my God, that Styl-Plus. Oh my God, all your music has gone global at the time where there was no social media. So no doubt about that. But we're gonna get into more detail of that. You talked about how you were asked to come and perform in Abuja, but let's bear in mind that you started as a gospel artist, like a gospel theme, singing in the fellowship,
sure,
in church. Mm-hmm. So at this point, are you already in R&B?
Yeah, you know, R&B is actually a genre. I believe gospel means good news. You know, so it's not particularly a genre because you have rock in gospel, you have pop in gospel, you have Fuji in gospel. So I think it just has to do with the message that you are passing. So our major style then was R&B because that was what we practiced with. That was what we groomed ourselves with. So we ended up doing that because we listened to likes of Boyz II Men, New Edition, Brian McKnight, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson. Then locally, people like Sonny Ade. Though it didn't quite influence our direction in music, but growing up, you know, it's influenced my perception of how to use Yoruba in our music. Yeah, also listen to Sonny Okosuns as well.
Yeah.
Fela Anikulapo Kuti.
Wow, blessed memory. Those are legends in Nigeria and in the world as well. Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. So Styl-Plus, what was your first music?
The very first music that we wrote, we never performed it.
Okay. So what's that? That's interesting.
It's called Reaching for Your Throne. Nobody has ever heard this before.
No.
First time I'm going to mention it anywhere. Yeah, and I can vividly remember some of the lyrics. You know,
give it to us. If you can remember very well.
Let me see. You're going to pardon any mistake I'm going to make.
Yeah, that's right.
I never thought that you would want me by your throne again. I thought my sins were just too much to let me go again. But when I looked up to your throne to see your holy face, you told me gently in a voice so sweet and full of grace. That song is talking to God.
Oh my God,
my voice is sounding for you. My lips are sounding for you. My heart is open for you. Come back home to me. And I answer to your call. I gave to you my all. Lord, I'm reaching for your throne again.
Oh my
Lord,
God.
Reaching for. That song was written about, I think, 1998.
So that song was written
by Ian Shiffy. Then we were just learning how to write.
Wow. Wow. That was brilliant. Great.
Thank you.
We are already making another music here today. So guys, watch out for that. Maybe that song is going to be coming out soon. Wow. So after that song, which one was the next one that then went into, you know, the world and everyone, wow, this is Styl-Plus.
Okay. So many of the songs that we eventually released in 2003 were songs written in 1999.
Wow.
So Olufumi was kind of like not Olufumi originally.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not going to sing the alternate version.
Interesting. So what was it originally?
It was called Sophia.
Wow. Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it wasn't Olufumi, and it was a song originally written by Shiffy.
Okay.
And then we went to Premier Music back then. I can't remember the name of the executive we met that told us that our music was sounding too foreign and we needed to infuse some indigenous content in it. And we now thought, okay, which of the songs do we have that we can actually, you know, edit, adapt to Niger? And we now thought, okay, let's do let's take Sophia, and that's how Olufumi was born. About that time, my elder brother just got married to his wife, Olufumi.
Oh my God! I was going to ask you, where did that name Olufumilola come from? You've just hit the nail on the head. So it's your older brother that got married to the lady that's called Olufumi.
Yes,
and for those who are saying, it simply means God gave us. You know, God gave us wealth.
Well, yeah.
Olufumilola. Wow, that name, if you're in Nigeria or in Nigeria, and if you're in any part of the world in the 90s, 80s, 70s, and you did not use that song to toast a lady, you are out of the game. Olufumilola. Oh my God, it was awesome. It was awesome. So go on.
So I and Chifina worked on it, and I developed the chorus because I speak Yoruba pretty well. And I also believe that when doing Yoruba and music, you have to follow the intonations so that it will sound like you're actually talking, not like you are forcing Yoruba into some melodies that, Yoruba is divided into do, re, mi, simply. So, and it's about relativity. You get, so do, re, mi can still be fa, sol, la. You get, so you have to follow those intervals. So it was, those rules were followed, creating the chorus, and that's how Olufumi was born.
Wow.
And anyway we performed it, people loved it, and we felt, okay, this song is good. But we didn't think it was that good until there was a time in 2003, early 2003, we had to do a song with Wyclef.
Wyclef, okay.
It was an initiative by, I think, Titi Abubakar, the former vice president's wife.
Yeah.
And they had to do with, I think, HIV.
Okay.
So I had to perform at that concert. And while we were waiting to get on stage, our former managers, heard us singing and, just rehearsing. And he came and said, "What are you guys singing?" They had never heard the song. We now sang Olufumi because the song we prepared for the concert was Stay Alive, one of the songs that came out of our first EP.
Okay.
And he heard us singing Olufumi, and I said, "You guys are crazy. You have this kind of song, and you haven't been singing it. That this song beats every other song you've had." Which further confirms the fact that most artists do not even really know the song that people like. So
yeah.
They just do the ones that tax them, technically, and then they want to deliver that. So, but Olufumi was actually much more endearing to people, and that's the story for short. I'm not going into the story. You haven't asked me for that part of the story, but that's the story of, and that was 2003, but that song was written in 1999.
Okay.
And many of the songs that were released were written in 1999.
Wow, Olufumi. I think that was a hit song, no doubt about that. And then we had a lot of back-to-back hits after that. We had Imagine That, and we had Runaway.
Yeah.
We had Call My Name.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You guys, you shook.
Imagine that.
I think you shook the music industry in Nigeria at that time. The time of Wed MC.
Well, to our surprise.
Wed MC as well. At that time, all those top celebrities. That we're gonna get into how they projected, they propelled the likes of Davido, Wizkid. How you all, you pull those foundations down for them now, which those young boys, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna speak to David about that one. So I was telling him some time ago, so David do that. Yeah, some people paved way for you, people like Wed MC, someone like yourselves as well. Yeah, so all those songs came back to back like that, and you took the whole of Nigeria, Africa, and the world by surprise.
Well, it wasn't our plan. We just wanted to do music, and we just realized that people loved our music, and it was, I didn't mention Yemi left the group at some point. Some of us didn't even think we were going to be artists full time.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you never thought you were going to be a full-time artist. So at no point, that's why you went to uni, you've been studying. Maybe the parents at that time as well, they never encouraged things like that. I'm sure you can go into more detail about that.
My mom's major concern was that Tunde Shakbari school, finish school.
Just finish school.
You know, and for me, I felt I could, mix two of them. But music is kind of very, very, very passionate endeavor that if you find yourself doing it, you might never have time to do other things, as in 100%. And thank God it paid off, because that was what I focused most of my energy on. But initially, the first concern was finish your school, which I thought I needed to do for them. And then the second concern was that, but you are gospel, what are you doing?
They want you to remain gospel, right?
Yeah, so, but because of the background that we had with the gospel, we resolved that even with our secular, we will try as much as possible not to infuse bad lyrics in it. Things that would be quite different from what we really are. Again, it still had to follow basic good morals and pass a message, and we believe that love is a good message, and that's what informed the direction of our content.
Wow, interesting. That's very cool. That's really good, because what I found about your music is it's just like a message to the world, to anyone. It is a song, all your songs are songs that anyone can relate with. At some point in our lives, we're falling in love. Either you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, or, so that is not a crime. And compared to the songs that we see today, the music videos we see today, our ladies are throwing all sort of things around in videos, and that's where we are today in the world, unfortunately. But, back to your songs. At some point, you opened a concert for Wyclef. I think for who else again at that time? A number of top celebrities in the world.
Yeah.
How did that come about? You flew the world as well at some point, from the UK to the US. How did all of that?
There was a time we weren't in Abuja for more than a week.
Okay.
They were based in Abuja. But those events happened in Lagos, Abuja majorly.
Okay.
There was Sean Paul, there was Wyclef, and there was Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to use this medium to actually give kudos to the NBC, the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation.
Okay, NBC.
I think that's their full name.
Do they still exist now?
Yeah, they do, and they regulate what goes on.
Okay, in the industry in Nigeria now.
Yes,
okay.
Because what they did back then, and I believe that was the birth of the greatness of Afrobeats or Nigerian music or Afro, R&B, pop, or whatever it is. They made it mandatory that stations, either audio or video, to play 60% local content and 40% foreign content. Because before then, it was people like DMX, Jaru, Shanti,
Cisco,
people playing clubs.
American songs.
And that's why I believe so much in policies. Policies actually set the ball rolling for things to happen in a positive way. So people didn't have a choice than to listen to, and we were so lucky to happen to have released our music then. So a whole lot of artists back then enjoyed that particular policy. And this goes to other African countries. They should adopt that kind of policy to grow their artists.
Yeah.
So that they too can create something that the world would recognize, and then they will respect them for it.
Wow. So who brought Boys to Men to Abuja then?
There's a man, a promoter
Wyclef
called Tunde. I think Tunde. I've forgotten the other part of his name, but it sounds like Tunde Spark or Tunde.
Okay. It was a battle to get those guys to Nigeria in those days.
And for me,
Expensive.
it was a great opportunity to be exposed, to how the foreign guys did their stuff, how people treated them. So it has been a serious journey from where we were to what it is right now. And it all started with policies, with people like us being independent artists. You know, there were big people in the industry like back then, like Kenny's.
Kenny's
There was
music.
Dove Records.
Yeah.
There was Premier Music, you know. And one thing about life that I like people to use it as an example or as a lesson, that even when people do not acknowledge you, it doesn't mean that what you're doing is not good enough. You have to carve a niche for yourself.
That's a message.
You know?
That
Because
is
we
a
approach
strong
the big-
message.
We approached the big companies and they didn't think we were the right fit. So we went back to the drawing board, created our company, Styl-Plus Music, and decided to be under our label. And as we have it, we got the acceptance, and the big guys were surprised that, who are these guys? So I believe the sky is big enough for people to always create something new and have their space in it, as in the ranks are not closed yet, ever. Just do your thing, be true to it, stick to it, and then you'll get noticed. At first they might laugh at you, then they'll find out that, oh, this guy is still doing it. Then they'll listen to you, and before you know it, you have your niche.
Oh my God, that's a strong message. A message for all the upcoming artists. Because that was going to be part of the question I was going to round up with, but we shouldn't still jump the gun. I'm loving every moment of this conversation.
Jumping the gun.
No, I'm loving every moment of this interview. Honestly, it's awesome. This is interesting. We know that things has gone on to be different from the time that you entered into the industry as R&B, and we know what Afrobeats is now at the world level, at the global level. Two questions. First, how do you transition? How do you relate? How do you link, R&B and Afrobeats? What is the correlation between both? And two, what difference has Afrobeat brought to the world now at the global level? Talk about the Burna Boys, the Davidos, Wizkid, Kiss Daniels, and all that.
When I hear Afrobeat, I feel there is, we still haven't quite gotten a good definition of what Afrobeat is. Yes, because the original Afrobeat is Fela Anikulapo Kuti, which is a genre that was created by him, and it's majorly based on live performances, live instrumentations, unlike what we have now, where you have certain artists and they really don't know anything about music, and these producers are helping them.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think there's Afrobeats and Afrobeats.
Okay.
So I think Afrobeats is an umbrella term for everything Afrocentric.
Okay.
So we have pop music that is Afrocentric, which is Afro-pop. We have R&B, which is Afrocentric, which is Afro-R&B. So I think everything is under Afrobeat. So I think Afrobeat is an umbrella term. So you can do R&B and it's still under Afrobeat. It's just our African, version of it.
Wow.
So I would not say it started with what is going on now. There were predecessors of ours which already started it. Juju music is Afro.
Wow. Shina Peters.
Yeah, Fuji is Afro.
Wow.
And those guys did really good and they were really big. And we listened to likes of them, like people like Paul Play was there before us.
Paul Play Dairo.
Yeah, people like Wade MC.
Wade MC. Wow.
Yes, a lot of people just
She's
discovered.
here in the house. We've got her here. Sister. Hi, Sister Wade MC. She's here, guys. She's going to say hello before we round up, so don't worry.
So a lot of people discovered her when there was Ijoya.
Wow.
But there was Allen Avenue way back.
Wow.
You understand? There are people like Alexo.
Yeah. Alexito as well.
A lot of great artists. There are people like Daniel Wilson.
Daniel Wilson. Oh my God, call me Daniel Wilson,
So
Mr.
we actually need to document all these things properly and tell the right stories. You know, things just didn't just happen out of the sky because we are now global. You know, there's a story to this, and there were people that paved the way and made it easier for people like us, like the way we made it easier for some people, because before then, you had to be under a big record label for you to be heard. So now I believe our model gave some people hope that you can do it on your own because we are independent. And lots of independent artists sprang up to, and they did it well, and they had more money to put into it, and they scaled it up and became global.
Wow. Talk about Nigerian music, Nigerian artists at the global stage. Now, Davido singing at the World Cup, Whiskey packed Tottenham Stadium, you know, Tiwa Savage at the King's coronation. We saw Burna Boy at the Champions League final, Rema, the Ballon d'Or final where Lionel Messi, all the world's footballers were sitting down and watching Rema singing Calm Down. You know, how far has that journey brought, you know, all of our, you know, young artists in Nigeria compared to your time where there was no social media, things were a lot challenging. You need to get under a record label before you can be heard. And today, what has made it so different? Is it the social media or that's the kind of music that's been produced? Or what changed?
I want to say, first of all, a lot has changed in the world. The world is now a global village. And then before you had to go through the gatekeepers. Well, now the key to the gate, you know, is in your hands to some level. Well, we still have gatekeepers. Yeah. Radio stations, TV stations, the big media. But these days, when you have a fan and the fan has followed you, you have the fan communicating with you, getting to know what you're doing one-on-one. So once you have a good following, you are doing well because your fans get to hear your content or even get to speak with you first-hand basis, rather than when they have to see you on TV.
In the past.
Maybe when you released a song before, maybe it took about 6 months for it to be distributed everywhere and for people to even discover it. But you release a song today and everybody in the world hears about it.
Wow.
So nothing has really changed when it comes to the acceptance of music. The only thing that has changed is that there are more people now that have access to technology. Before you needed to have a hi-fi system, a disc player or something to play music. But now you have a phone. Everybody has a phone. Your phone is your identity. If you don't have a phone, you don't exist. So you have a space on the internet and you have access to media continuously. You get me? So that has really changed the landscape. Now, foreign artists as well can easily have collabos with us because they discover your music on this same platform. It's the same internet we all are. There's nothing like Niger internet except you have some regional, you know, limits to what you can access and all that. But it's the same internet that we are connected to, and that has really helped, you know, the real big players that I'll say that, man, Michael Jackson was really big because back then, even in the villages, without people having technology, they still knew him.
Yeah.
So these days when they compare maybe someone really doing well to Michael Jackson, I wonder, wow, if Michael Jackson was here right now with all this social media and stuff, he probably would do better because he overcame all those limitations back then to be what it was. You know, so, but of course, technology has made things better. Now we make calls, video calls. Who are you to even say you're calling somebody on the phone before? And then it's a video call. So technology has helped the industry.
Wow.
Even in recordings, recordings. Before you had to record, you had to go to a studio, work with producers, probably record a whole album in a session because you had limited funds. But now you're on your computer and you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So thank you so much for that. Talk about, the Afrobeats and where we are today. As I said earlier, we're making wave in the world. At the moment now, Nigeria is a brand. It's because of what you guys have done, the foundation that you have laid, the songs that are being sung, played globally now. See Rema, Calm Down, worldwide, stadia all over the world. And even myself recently, I was going to name a restaurant, my restaurant, and someone said, make it African, Caribbean. I said, no, Nigeria is a brand. I want to put Nigerian, Africa, this Nigeria first. You know, people here in Nigeria, they want to come in to eat in that restaurant. It's because of the foundation you laid, all the efforts you have, put into it. So what advice do you have for the upcoming artists now?
Whew. I think a book would be good for them. As in, whatever advice I can give them would fill a book. But what I'm going to leave with them today is, as you are starting your journey in the industry, be careful how you relate with people. First, the stakeholders in the industry. Then secondly, your fans. Your fans are the reason why you are where you are. Without them, you are nothing. So you have to, if you know you have anger issues, try not to get too close to your fans so that they don't even see that, because they will never forgive you. Whatever issue you have, try as much as possible to treat your fans right. Then for the stakeholders, you don't know who is who in the industry. Be humble, but don't be timid. Yeah, and because just one person can mess you up in the whole industry.
Wow.
Because you don't know who knows who. There's one artist I know, I heard, slapped a DJ, and because of that, other DJs didn't play his music again.
Wow.
So you have to be careful how you relate with people, and of course, you don't let people walk over you. Then, most of all, be true to your craft. Try to be distinctively different. Do not follow the crowd. Everybody is doing this, don't do that. Try and be separate so that you carve your own niche and then stick to it.
Wow, be different.
Yeah.
Guys, you've heard from the legend, Nigerian icon, music celebrity, this gentleman, an artist, everything you can ever think of, a great role model. He has said it all, but we are not going to let him go yet. One more thing, a couple of things, but before that, Nigeria, you grew up in Nigeria, you are a Nigerian, you shot into stardom from Nigeria, and today we know that Nigeria is dominating all headlines across the world for positive reasons, but it does not come with, certain times it comes sometimes negative. In Nigeria itself, the issue of insecurity, the government, we saw that we have a new government now in Tinubu just coming in. What can you make of the situation in Nigeria? And as a global artist, a famous superstar, how do you navigate your way in Nigeria, in terms of security? We saw what happened recently in, Plateau State as well, in different part of Nigeria, insecurity. But how do you navigate your way? So many questions in that one.
Personally, it's heartbreaking that I used to like driving, as in long haul driving. I can't do that anymore because of the fear of being stolen.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I don't want anybody to steal me. And they're asking me for money I do not have or want to spend. You get me? So it has made a whole lot of things more expensive because you have to fly everywhere you are going to now. You know, apart from what is going on the streets, you also have instances where a band of thieves like Alibaba and the 40 Thieves kind of thing, you know, start raiding estates, residential areas, and of course they can't get to those guys that have, you know, the security details attached to them. So it's disheartening that the common Nigerian doesn't have the luxury of having people assigned to them to protect them. It kills commerce. It kills everything for you. Maybe you ought to be outside maybe around 7. It's even very bad in Abuja now. And it's not just, I think one of the fundamental things that has to do with prosperity, you know, touches the average man, there will be less crime. You know, I believe a country should be giving you something. We have raw natural resources.
A lot of it.
You know,
Yeah.
once we can transit from being a consumer nation and focus on production and even appreciating our production, the insecurity will be tackled once we address the fundamental things that affect us as a people, affecting our progress, our prosperity, our mindset, and all that.
Wow, hopefully. And we know that the government is trying to improve things now. You talked about the importance of diversifying the economy and focusing on local content rather than what we import. But Buhari, well, has left now, and Tinubu has come and he has decided to stop the fuel subsidy. He took it out. It was a pain on Nigerians initially, but they seems to be getting used to it now. But we saw the exchange rate. It has skyrocketed, and it's not helping. The cost of things has gone up in Nigeria. Said, well, it sounds like you are campaigning for a political office now. So where should we expect to see you in the next? Maybe you'll be our minister or president in Nigeria at some point.
I just want to make change wherever I can, however I can, wherever I find myself. I will not say no to an appointment if it is not coming with conditions, like you have to comply to some things that's against my principle. But much further than being appointed for anything or being in a position of power, I think every individual has a part to play. Yep. As you complain about bad leaders, yep, there's something they also call bad followership. It takes bad followership for you to have bad leaders.
Yep.
And whatever leaders that you have is a reflection of the population. So as people, try and be good so that when you are appointed as something, you can take that personality to your office, because somebody who is bad can't be suddenly good.
Yeah.
And somebody who is good can be made bad.
Yeah.
More
bad
easily.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Wow. So what is next for Tunde Styl-Plus?
Okay. Musically and in entertainment-wise, I want to take my music more seriously. Apart from the fact that I'm passionate about other endeavors like programming and working on making some games. I have 3 games in the pipeline that I'm working on because I'm a gamer from my teenage years, and I also want to give games back to communities. Musically, I intend to release a song, at least one song every quarter.
Okay.
Rather than the long wait for, I release some songs regularly. One just came out today.
Oh, brilliant. Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, but it's a remastered version of a pre-release song. Okay. It's called Sweet Love.
Okay.
Yes. And there's this project I have, which is called, should I talk about this project? Make nobody go take my idea, man. But anyway.
Maybe paraphrase, maybe.
Okay, something that has to do with children.
Okay. Okay.
Something that has to do with imparting them with the right messages through music.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
making it global.
Okay, that's
You
good.
know, and
That's good.
I would like to partner with charitable organizations.
Okay. Okay.
You know, to get this done.
That's good.
You know, and basically affect my community positively. And most especially, importantly, I already do this. People reach out to me as an OG in the industry that, okay, give me advice, and I never collect any money from people. So feel free. If I have the time, I would give you pointers, hints on whatever it is you need guidance about. It makes me happy when I see somebody, you know, do well, and I'm part of that story. So I believe that's what I intend to do, or what I'm doing. I would like to do more, you know, on a very big scale with people.
Wow, but you released some songs as well just last year.
Yes.
2023.
Since 2016, I've been releasing music.
Yeah.
You know, so some ardent fans that have been following me know about them, and they can always find more of my material on my website, which is www.tundestyl-plus.com.
Yeah, they put it on the screen.
Yeah, so you have all the music I've done so far.
So we should be expecting a lot from you in terms of more music being produced, you know, all those.
Yes, and most importantly, collaborations with real musicians.
Okay.
You know, it's not about the hyped musicians here. You know, so I'm on a project where I'm working with opera singers.
Okay.
You know, trying to infuse that even within my music.
Okay.
You know, to get in that space and give people a new sound, because the world is in need of a new sound now, you know.
Wow.
As usual.
Wow, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for this quality time spent with K90 channel. Do you want to give us a quick shout out before you exit, please?
Okay. Hello everyone. I hope you're having a very good day. Yeah. I am Tunde Styl-Plus. And this is a shout out to everyone watching the K90 channel. Keep watching and keep expecting great stuff, and let tomorrow be a brighter day than today.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really love that. Guys, you've heard it all. But I did promise you that you're going to see Where Them See before we call it a day. So Where Them See, do you want to say hi to all our fans? Just come quickly, sister. We love you so much. You set this pace, and this gentleman has been talking about you here anyway. Just say hi to our people, wherever place they are. That's Where Them See, guys. You've heard it all. You've heard it. This man has seen it all. He's been there when there was no social media. He's been one of those that started this music in Nigeria. And today, he's an icon. He's a legend. He's a global player. His music has gone far and wide, recognized globally. So whatever place you might be, whatever thing you're doing, he has said it all. Don't give up until your victory is won. Please, if you have not subscribed to K90 channel on YouTube, please kindly do so. Also, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Remember, 2024, we have so many celebrity interviews coming up. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much. I'm Kunle Ologun. Bye for now.